Welcome to Happy Hour. I'm Crystal and thanks for hanging out with me. So, I'm finally drinking again, which makes me sound a little like an alcoholic. But since I was sick, haven't had really any alcohol at all for several weeks now. And it's not that I have to drink. I'm fine not drinking, but I prefer to be able to have some wine or a cocktail or whatever when I want to. So I'm excited that I can do that again. And for the record, I'm drinking this port today, which is Graham's Fine Tawny Port. For those of you who were wondering, yes, I do drink my port in a wine glass because I like to do that. I really like port a lot, so why limit myself to those wee little nugget glasses? Nobody needs to do that. Also, this is not my favorite port. For anyone who cares, if you like port at all, my favorite is the Taylor Fladgate, but they were out of it at the store that I was at when I bought port, so I don't have any right now, but I'm sure I'll get some soon. So aside from my health update, I am super excited that I can wear makeup again because I wasn't wearing any makeup for, again, several weeks because I just was like blowing my nose and watery, and so I was like, what's the point? And now I can wear it again, and I'm really happy about that because I love playing with makeup, and I've gotten new samples. My beauty boxes have come and I haven't used anything from them because I couldn't. And I also, as a segue into what we're doing today, I kind of bought more things from Sephora. Yeah. So there's a reason other than my makeup addiction. Because that's also a reason. That's often a reason, actually, but there's a more specific reason anyway. And that more specific reason is because, Becca recently came out with a set of correctors. So they came out with 4 different correctors. A green one for, I believe, to cancel out redness. A purple one to do like brightening. A peach one to handle like dark spots and that kind of thing. And then a really dark, like almost a red one to handle like deep blues and greens and that kind of thing. So as you guys know, I kind of have a problem with dark circles, and by kind of I mean like I have a huge problem with them. I don't know if it shows up on camera as much, if it bothers you guys the way that it bothers me, but I can't stand my dark circles. It's one of those things that I, as a whole, am pretty happy with myself. Like, I use makeup because I like to play around with it, not because I feel like I need it. But my dark circles are one of the things that I am really not happy with. I hate them so much, and I wish they would just go away. But they don't. So, that brings us to the first thing, which is the Becca corrector in the red one, which is called Papaya. So, the box is really, it's kind of like a reflective thing, as you can see. And so it says on the top, Papaya neutralizes deep blues and greens. This is, again, it's the backlight targeted color corrector. And so there's a little swatch of it on the bottom. And then I've actually used this. I used it today, and I used it a couple of days ago when I didn't leave the house. I was just kind of playing around with stuff. I wasn't ready to be in the public yet because I felt like shit. But I still wanted to play around with this stuff. So I actually ordered all of these things when I was pretty sick and really noticing my dark circles, hence the whole prompting for this. So this is what the little bottle looks like. It's got frosted glass here and kind of a reflecty top that has the signature Becca logo on it. And then inside is the product, and then this is what it looks like. It's, like I said, it's very dark in terms of it. Well, it's very pigmented. I don't know if dark is the right way to describe it. But the reason for that is that when you're dealing with dark circles, and they are blues and greens and purples and all that fun stuff, you need something that's really pigmented to combat that. So you can see, well, maybe you can't, I don't know, that I have used it. I just use it with my fingers, you know, just like you would another corrector or a concealer that's in a little pot like this. You just, you know, rub my finger around in it to kind of warm it up and then pat it in. And I will say that just despite the fact that this is this color, it's very dark, and I'll actually swatch it for you so you can kind of see. This is what it looks like on my finger, and then swatched on my hand, it looks like that. So when it's not blended out, it's very dark. And again, like I said, I'm using dark as like just the word to describe it. It's not dark, really. It's not like it's a black or something like that. But you would think, like, it looks scary when you first think about it. And I honestly, when I was on the website, I was like, do I get the papaya or do I get the peach? And I really kind of went back and forth, and I ended up getting the papaya because I was like, you know, I have other correctors, and when I have like serious eye circles, they don't do shit. So I need to do something. So like I said, I used it today. I'll get closer, and you can kind of still see my circles because I was kind of experimenting and not maybe using as much of it as I could or should or whatever. But I feel like it has made a difference, and I'm happy with it so far. So that is, I'm trying to see on here. So it's 4.5 grams or 0.16 ounces, and it's like a gel consistency. So it is one of those things that doesn't really settle in my fine lines, because I do, as I think I've mentioned before, I have lines underneath my eyes, along with my dark circles, because, you know, why not have both? So it doesn't settle in them. I have other things that I put on top of it that settled in them, but not this stuff. So that's a plus. And because it's a gel-like consistency, it's really easy to work with. And, you know, sometimes you get, you know, kind of like a thicker concealer that's really, like, you put it on there and it's stuck. And that's not the case with this stuff. So I've been happy with it when I was playing with it and when I used it today. So I will continue to use it, and hopefully I will continue to be happy with it. So that was the major reason that I got this order from Sephora. But as I have mentioned, I pretty much always have an ongoing cart on Sephora's website. Sometimes the stuff that's in that cart, I end up purchasing in store. And a lot of the time, I'll just put stuff in the cart, and then I'll be like, I don't want all of this right now, and so I'll move some of it to my loves list and get it later or whatever. So some of the things that were in here had been on my loves list for a while, and some are new products that have not been. So I'm gonna move on to this next thing, which is the Urban Decay Super Saturated High Gloss Lip Color, and it's a pencil. So the reason that I got this is because I was going through the for sale section on Sephora's website, which I do all the time, and just stumbled upon this, and it's 50% off. So usually these are $20, and it was $10. So I thought, you know what, it's a good price for a lip pencil. I mean, like, realistically, that's drugstore level price in my book anyway. And you're getting an Urban Decay pencil for that, it's worth a shot. You know, even if it sucks. At least it was only $10, you know? So I got it in the color Crush, which is the color that's on this tube. And this is what it looks like. I am not wearing this today, but I did wear it a couple of days ago because I was so excited when I got it that I just had to put it on. So it's a really, really pretty color, and it is, like, it really is a high gloss color. So here it is swatched out on my hand. It's a little more vibrant in person. Yeah, it looks a little violet on the where you guys are seeing it, but on my skin it's just a really, really bright pink. And honestly, I liked this so much when I put it on. It stayed on, like I put it on and then sort of forgot about it. So it's pretty comfortable. At least as long as you're accustomed to lip products. Like if you're not, you probably would notice it because it does have a little bit of a sticky-ishness. But again, because I use lip products all the time, I was accustomed to it. So while I had it on, I was drinking just like water and tea and stuff like that. I ate, and it didn't stay on like a liquid lipstick would, for example, but it did stay on pretty well. Like when I went to look at it, I didn't touch up because I was being lazy and I was just playing around with it, but it was only a couple of areas that I would have needed to touch up after doing that. So because of it being so comfortable and staying so long, I actually went back and added to my current cart all the other colors that are on sale. So yeah, again, I don't really have restraint. These are all 50% off right now. So that is probably an indication that they're getting rid of them. But it is a lot of product. I mean, you can see how much product that is. So it's not like buying it and using it, you're gonna run out of it right away. The next thing that I saw was this, in the sale section, was this Makeup Forever, the Artist Shadows 2 palette. So I'd been eyeing this palette for a while and I just hadn't bit the bullet and purchased it. I have also used this one, but this was in the sale section. I don't remember what it was on sale for, but it's still on, as of today, it's still on sale because I do look at both the just-in and sale sections on Sephora's site pretty much daily. So it was still in the sale section today. It comes with this little booky thing here that goes through and talks about Makeup Forever as a brand and the founder. It gives you some suggestions on what to do, and then actually has a little different things that are illustrations of, like, you know, actual looks. So like here's one for the playful look. This is the outside of the palette, and it's pretty standard if you've seen other Makeup Forever palettes in this line. You open it up, it's got a nice magnetic closure, which I just sort of like stumbled with. It comes with this little thick plastic sheet over the shadows themselves. It's got a nice sized mirror at the top, which I didn't take the protective thing off of because I don't like to do that unless I'm actually traveling with something, because then it just gets messed up, and then if I do travel, I'm like, this mirror's no good right now and I have to clean it, so I just don't take that off until I need to. Anyway, so these are the colors that are inside of that palette itself. Today for the eye look that I have on, I used this mostly gold color here as my lid color. These two are blushes. I am just gonna be honest with myself right now and say I'm not gonna use those as blushes. I'm gonna use them as eyeshadows. Anyway, so I used this color here, and then I used this blue one on like my outer V, you can see there. I also used this slightly lighter shade up here in my inner corner as my highlight, which you could probably see is like really big. I like a super big inner corner highlight. It's just one of those things that is a personal preference, so I always go big with it. These are beautiful colors, and let's just pull out a couple. See, like this is one of the ones that's supposed to be a blush. Like, I don't know. It's so vibrant. I'm gonna use that as the shadow. I'm gonna swatch the other blush just because. And let's see, let's pull this green one here too. These are all just so beautiful anyway, but so that's what they look like on my fingers. And if I swatch them on my hand, so they're super pigmented. So this is one, they're right here on this side of my hand. That's one, like no primer, just one swipe of the stuff that I pulled off and showed you on my fingers. So they're super pigmented. So I always do my face makeup first, and then I do my eye makeup last. I know a lot of people do it differently, but I am way too messy with like my foundation and stuff to successfully do that. I've tried and I ended up getting like foundation all over my eye makeup and had to fix it anyway. So I don't do it that way. I know one of the reasons that people do it opposite of how I do it is to avoid fallout. And I was really happy to discover that with the colors that I used, there wasn't any fallout. I didn't have to do any kind of cleanup. It was just like, I put it on and there's a little bit of the corners where I messed up because, again, I'm not very careful. But there was nothing like down here on my cheeks. I didn't have to clean anything up. One of the other things I wanted to point out is like this green one here in the middle. So it's that color. It's harder to pick up on camera, but it's like a duochrome kind of thing. It's flashing like green and brown. Really, really beautiful. It's like an emerald green and then like a brown or kind of almost like a copper. It's gorgeous. So definitely the Makeup Artist 2 or the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows 2 palette. Definitely pick it up. Like I said, it's on sale on Sephora's website right now. So it's almost like you don't have a reason to not get it. Yeah. So keeping along that same line, because I saw that the Artist 2 was finally on sale, I got motivated to get the Artist Shadows 3. It also came with a little booklet. This one is wrapped in plastic, so it's, you know, super fancy. And I'm not gonna open it up right now because I'm just gonna rip that thing. I know myself well enough to know that by now. So this one has a lot of equally gorgeous shades. I was really surprised and a little excited to see this yellow one in here. I don't use yellow often, but it would be a fun little accent color, I think. It's definitely not a shade that I would gravitate to and actually purchase myself individually, but in a palette, why not? So here are 3 of them. This is this blue one here, the blush, and then this darker, like this purpley one up in the corner. They're just, again, just really, really gorgeous. And I have no primer on my hand or my arm, and this is what they swatch out to be. So again, it's like the blue is a little kind of duochrome-y, not as much as that green was, but it's still just gorgeous, and I want to use them all right now, which would be a disaster. But still, they're so pretty. I just want to use them. So again, that was the Artist Shadows 3, which is not on sale because this one is new, but it's still, I want to say this is like 40 something dollars. It's under $50, and you get 9 shadows / blush, whatever, but like I said, you could use it for both. And if you're familiar with Makeup Forever, it's like, so I don't have the cost of an individual shadow in front of me right now, but I do have other Makeup Forever shadows that I really love. They are bigger than these, so I know that these are more of the size of like a MAC or a Makeup Geek shadow pan. So a standard Makeup Forever is larger than that. However, they're around $20 a piece. So for less than $30 more, you get a ton of colors. It's a lot of stuff that you can try out. And if you're not already familiar with Makeup Forever shadows and you want to kind of experiment and see what they're all about, it's a great opportunity for that. Not only to mention that, I'm not sure if it's still on Sephora's website, but I know that on Makeup Forever's website, you can still get the Artist Shadows 1, which is more neutral colors. So if these brighter, more out there colors are not your kind of thing, you can get a palette that's gonna be excellent quality for a reasonable amount and just get a lot of exposure to some really, really great products. So the next thing that I got, I've been eyeing this for a while, and it is the Too Faced little black book of bronzers. So I've been looking at this and thinking about it and looking and thinking, etc. over and over and over again. And then around Christmas time, I finally decided, you know what, I'm gonna get it. The end of Christmas for me is like the end of fun for the winter season. I have mentioned before, I don't do any winter outdoor activities. I don't ski or snowboard or snowshoe or do anything but look at the snow. So looking at the snow, really you don't need as much time of snow as we get here in Utah. So by the time Christmas rolls around, you know, I love a white Christmas, but then after that I'm done with it. So I was like, you know, I really could use some bronzers, because who doesn't need more bronzers? And so I wanted to get these, specifically this little book, but it was sold out because it was Christmas time. It was poor planning on my part. So it was finally available again, so I got it. First thing is that this thing smells awesome because it has a lot of the Too Faced chocolate line in it, so it smells chocolatey. Like I could just sit here and smell it like all day, and I think I may have just gotten bronzer on my nose. So watch out, ladies. When you're sniffing your bronzers, you might get them on your face. So the Too Faced likes to call this your bronzer wardrobe. So it's got this cute little, you know, the front of it, or the first page, whatever, is this cute little list of, you know, a different bronzer for every day of the week. And then some, because there's more than, is there more than 7? Yeah, there are 8. So there's more than just each day of the week. So you've got basically in here, this is a collection of Too Faced bronzers. And I don't know if this is all of them, but it's a good portion of them. So one of the things that I really like about this is that there are a variety of shade levels in here. And so I've mentioned before, I have a hard time finding a bronzer that is decent for my skin tone, but doesn't make me look really, really overly bronzed, like I'm trying to be a different ethnicity than I am. So it's got the milk chocolate Soleil, the chocolate Soleil, and then the dark chocolate Soleil, which, as you can tell, is lighter to darker. And the thing that I like about that is those are, well, let's be honest, the dark chocolate Soleil is way too dark for me. I'm probably never gonna be able to pull that off. At least not as a bronzer. But like the chocolate Soleil, you know, I can see myself being able to use that in like July and August when I at least should be tan. I won't be tan in a realistic sense, but you know, it will match the season. And that's all you can ask for. And then the rest of these, like there's a good variety of, some of them have shimmer in them, some of them don't. So it's a nice different look for depending on what you're going for. If you want a matte look, there you've got that. If you want shimmer, you've got that. And if you want to try the Too Faced bronzers, which are reportedly excellent bronzers, there's just tons of them in here. I don't remember what this costs, but again, it's well worth it because you get so many different options and it's a decent size of product. And it's definitely the cost of like maybe 2 of these products, if even that, to get this whole thing. So it's really awesome. I haven't used any of these yet, but I am excited to. And if nothing else, I'm just gonna continue to sit around my house and sniff it. So that was it for the stuff that I actually purchased. I had to check the box again just to make sure, because sometimes, you know, you miss something. But this time I ended up picking up a couple of the 100-point perks. I kind of go back and forth on the perks on Sephora's website. Like I have plenty of points saved up, but sometimes I look at the perks and I'm all, I don't want that, or I already have a full size of that. So this time they actually had some perks that I wanted, which was awesome. So the first one that I grabbed was the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Cruella. So this is obviously, again, it's not a full size. It's a sample size, but it's like a deluxe sample. So I'm sure that everyone, most everyone anyway, is familiar with these NARS pencils anyway. I might have one laying around somewhere, but I don't know where it is because, as I mentioned, I moved a little while ago and some stuff did not get organized very well because I am a poor planner, and so I was still literally packing the day that my movers were at my house. So that means that some stuff is in random places that I don't know where it is yet. So for the sake of not knowing where my other potential pencils are, let's just say that this is my first one. It's definitely the first one that I have tried to use recently. Obviously, because I don't know where the other ones are. So I actually initially today started out with it on my lips. And I do still have it on my lips, but I decided that it was a little too dark for what I was going for, primarily because it sort of felt like it was clashing with my eye makeup. So I put some of the Urban Decay, the Naked, Naked is the color, I don't know, their Lipstick Revolution or whatever they're called. So anyway, underneath that is Cruella, which is like, it's a dark red. I swatched it right there. And on my lips, it was kind of like a berry color. It was almost the color of my sweatshirt. I did do it pretty lightly because I knew that it was gonna not quite go with my eye makeup, but I still tried it anyway. So I really like it. I like the formulation, and I am excited about that because now I know that I can just add to my lip pencil problem by getting more of these. And then the final thing that I got was the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Synchronized Complex 2. It comes in a wee little package. This is 0.1 ounce or 3 mil. This is not a full size because it was, again, from my perks section. But this is just a little wee nugget eye cream to try out. As I mentioned in the past, like, I love to use eye creams, and I'm always looking for like the one that's gonna be super awesome, fix my dark circles, make my wrinkles magically go away, all that shit that we're all trying to do that an eye cream is never gonna do, at least in any time soon. But you gotta try, right? So the thing that excited me about this is that, first of all, it's new, but also, when I was looking at the description of it on Sephora's website, and I have it pulled up right here on my phone, it claims to have groundbreaking DNA research. It revolutionizes eye repair, so you see a reduction in the look of every key sign of aging around your eyes. I mentioned when I did one of my unboxings this month that I don't buy it when an eye cream says it does all the shit that this one says it does. I would really love it if it did. That would be fantastic. But I'm not 100% confident in it. That being said, because it was, you know, a perk, and what are you gonna do with those points? I already spent the money that, you know, went into getting those points, so I might as well try it out. So more of the description is you use this age-defying formula and help continuously repair the appearance of past damage caused by every major environmental assault. Do they consider aging an environmental assault? Because I don't know. It's not really your environment, that just is part of life. You can see little Kit Kat right here. She's totally trying to help. So this also has exclusive Chronolux technology. It synchronizes to skin's needs to help support the optimal performance of its natural repair and protective processes, leaving eyes looking radiant, more rested, and revitalized. So again, we will see. It does have only 3.5 stars, but there are also only 36 reviews, so it's really a toss-up in my book. For the record, a full size is 1/2 ounce. So it is, again, this was 0.1 ounce. A full size is bigger than that. And a full size is $58. We'll see how well I like it. And if not, at least it was only, you know, per points, and I didn't spend $58 that I will regret spending. So that concludes my little Sephora gathering thing, purchases haul, etc. I can promise you there will be another one soon, because March is my birthday month, and I ordered these in February, so I didn't get my birthday gift, which, you know, means I'm gonna be ordering stuff so I can get my birthday gift. I hope you enjoyed this. I would be really excited to hear what you guys think of particularly that new Becca corrector. And if anything else, if you have that stuff. If you guys have any of these things, let me know your thoughts on them, or if you're thinking about getting them, you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So until next time, cheers. Thanks for hanging out with me and have a good one. Bye.